shower.
Start of the first quarter. First down.
This is Sunday, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. game on field 1, men's semifinal. And we got a penalty before the game even starts.
But that would take one person running the camera and one person sitting here, and then still having an evaluator out here. Just leaving it like crazy. So here's the sound and breaking film down. Because if we're going to go in there and break it down film, that's not going to help the
So the films I've watched with my voice on it, you can't hear me. Like you have to turn it all the way up to 100 to even hear what I'm saying. So
Actually, I'm just filming it. I've watched it last year. They just run up the but I haven't seen them just talk about all my games were fairly close enough, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't seen any. Like, I think I saw one game that went to personal, and it was a co-rec game.
you're not over there.
Have been pretty close.
But I do that.
Stop trying to make problems where they aren't.
I saw it in my MTSU.
That's what she does.
I've noticed. We have at least 2 seconds of the Starry Night from last night.
Oh, for sure. I didn't realize that this was them until I saw it cook. How do I know?
Like not during dead time. It was in the middle of a quarter. Just whoop.
Talk to them every year.
Good, here we go. Here we go.
Let's go, D. First down.
Why'd you move back?
Got two of them.
Okay, guys. This is gonna be your first weird play from A&T. Just so Rory, I don't know if you've ever seen a triple quarterback setup. That's just a hard one to be in position as the referee because you don't know which of the 3 quarterbacks end up throwing the ball. So you can just, best positioning for that would be to split the difference between the 2 on your side, and then if they throw to the third one away from you, just hustle over there to get in position.
Away!
Oh, good throw.
Jay, I like that you closed down on that, but you don't need to come all the way over to the pylon. It wasn't a play that really threatened the end line or the sideline, so closing down is always good, just you don't need to be touching your back pylon there.
You're not leaving that high.
Am I on now?
It is.
8:25 and count in the quarter. Got one. Here come.
Hey, yo.
Second down.
Hey, let me know.
They got everything.
Guys, one thing I want to point out right now that I've really liked from this crew so far is the volume you're using to sell your calls and let people know what down is very good. I know exactly what down it is, what the situation is. That was a good. No, not needing to oversell that it was short because it's a second down, but it was loud enough where I could hear it. That was a good loud first down call.
First down, going.
This is flag football, man. This boy got scholarships.
I got two. Crossing! Whoa! There it is! Ah!
Incomplete. Second down.
Hey, bro. Come here.
You're not even tired, man. I know.
All right, guys. Just a comment for everyone. Real good positioning. Jay, you're right where you need to be. Noah, good depth of field judge. You're also making sure you're getting back, covering the play.
Your line.
So Noah, we talked about this at the clinic. Whenever we're more than 14 yards away from the zone line to game, we don't need to start on it. So still start at your regular 10, but then move back as the play pulls you towards the line. Because in that situation, you've pulled yourself out of the you've pulled yourself far away from the play. So if they throw something short, you're a little out of position. So start at your 10 and then shuffle to cover the zone line to gain.
Green, hustle up.
Let's go for it.
Okay, Jay, a quick comment on your punt positioning. For punt positioning, you want to be 3 yards deep from the deepest receiver, then 10 yards wide. You never want to be straight lined with the deepest receiver in that situation. And then you came up real close to him to drop your beanbag. Let him do what he's going to do with the ball, possess it, drop it, then come up, put your beanbag down. You don't need to get that close while he's still trying to possess the ball.
First down, going to the 20.
That was for Jay, right?
Hey, stay together.
You have time.
Good hit. Let's go.
Third down.
Okay, Noah, so now we're less than 10 yards from the zone line to gain, so it's a good job coming down to cover. Just remember, when we're more than 14 yards, you don't need to cover it like on Green's last first down.
Player on the backfield.
Right. So that's a very tricky play in terms to pitch and who has that. So that play is moved away from the referee, but it hasn't crossed the line of scrimmage where the line judge would be in charge of it. So in that situation, Rory, we need to make sure we're still following that play because it's still the quarterback and it's still in the backfield, so it still belongs to you. I heard you sell away. I had a bad angle, so I don't know if it was forward or back, but you sold away, so that was good. We had a definitive decision. There wasn't any question about it, so
Exactly where the ball is going to be.
it's a good job on that.
He threw it before he even saw I'll look at that one and see where the
What's the time?
where the clip actually for Roger.
Roger, what's that?
9 minutes.
That's close.
What's close?
Touchdown offense, let's go for one.
I think that was first before. Yeah, you can't start this.
Run! That way, carpet!
So let's take a look at the film and see exactly where that clip broke. It looks to me like the flag was pulled and the clip broke before the line to gain, and the flag belts hit the ground beyond the line to gain. That's where he marked it. So we got to remember that the player is down where the clip breaks, not where the flag ends up hitting the ground. So just let's look at that on film, see if we can see where the clip breaks and see where the spot should be.
When we get to 11.
145 and counting remaining. 145 and counting remaining in the quarter.
No, they're going to get that too quick.
Third down, third down.
Third down.
All right, so that was just an odd-looking play. Looked like there may have been a little bit of contact between receiver and defender. Is that something that we potentially thought about addressing? I mean, it was nothing there, but it could have turned into something later. So just keep that in mind. Let's look at the film, see if we thought there was enough there to address it. Nothing, there's not a foul there, just talking to players and game management-wise.
Hey, hey.
Oh, come on.
Fourth down, fourth down. Your line.
Gotta get to 40. Fourth down offensive punt. Yeah. I mean, that's a goal.
So Jay, again on our punt, we're out of position. We are way too deep. We should only be 3 yards deep, and we should be wide of the receivers so we can see the play. And then Jay, as a back judge, that back call is not yours. You've got to leave that to your wing officials, because you do not have the angle to see that. So just go ahead, leave that to your field judge coming up to cover, because we're in reverse mechanics and they're going to have responsibility for that. Then I see you had a hold. It's not couldn't see through all the bodies of people, but I definitely heard shorts get pulled, so seems like a good call. And then Rory, let's just remember, we don't announce anything before we move the pucks.
That's the end of the quarter. We're switching sides, guys.
End of the first quarter, guys. Good job. All right, second quarter, 9 a.m. game on Sunday, field 1. First comment I want to make is about Jay announcing time. So that end of the first quarter snuck up on us. You never want the end of a quarter or the 2-minute warning to be a surprise.
There you go.
You never want it to be a surprise. So we want you continuously announcing time. So what I've heard and been taught is announce it every 4 and at the end after every score. So 4s and scores. It gives you at minimum every 4 minutes you're announcing the time, or if you have a lot of scores like A&T has had, you're announcing it a little bit more frequently. Yes?
2 on the side, 2.
Rory, just something minor here. When you're walking away from the pucks, don't turn your back to the players. You can backpedal out of there with a little pep in your step, just so you can get to your position. You're not delaying the game any more than it needs to be. So just make sure you're backing out so you're facing players. You never want to have your back to players. All right, guys, so let's just make sure that we're keeping an eye on our zones and not following the ball in flight. The last thing you want to have happen is if you're at R, you follow the ball and then you look back and your quarterback's on the ground, or you're at one of the other positions, you see the ball go up, and as it comes down, you look in your zone, you've got 2 receivers on the ground, and you don't know how they got there. So let's just make sure we're not watching the ball. And now we have a bunch play coming up. Okay, Noah. So, first thing on that play is we have to have a whistle. We need a whistle. Second thing, Noah, from my angle, it looks like you were talking to that flag by number 13. Number 13 has the ball come out of his hand, and then he turns to you and goes, "Come on, that's a flag, that's a flag." And then you throw the flag. So from our angle, from Green's point of view, it looks like White can talk you into flags now. So let's just make sure we're a little bit more decisive with our flags. I know we say you can have a late flag, but when it looks like the team is talking you into a flag, it's not the best, especially when one team is a lot better than the other, as we've seen. Now we have a Michigan I. Coach Rob is going deep in the playbook. So the only thing that could potentially happen in that play is when A&T goes to shift out of the formation and go to the line, Green may be drawn offside. So let's just make sure we're watching that. And then when A&T goes to the line, make sure they don't cross the line of scrimmage, because then you have a false start for entering the neutral zone. So, Jay, we are almost 6 minutes into this quarter, and we have not announced time once. If you have, it's been very quiet, and we have not been able to hear you. So let's just make sure we are announcing time, so the 2-minute warning doesn't sneak up on us. We don't want that to sneak up on us, because it affects the way players play. If the team wants to try and get one play off before the 2-minute warning, and you haven't been announcing time, they're not going to know when they need to snap the ball. Windshield wiping.
I was like, I had the W word. I was like, it's here. It's here. It's not coming out.
So Jay, I know I've harped on you about your time and your punt positioning, but you have been doing a really good job on basic run pass plays, moving side to side like we would like our back judge to do. We tell you to start on the hash, but you are not glued to that hash. It's a good job to move to the side the play is going to, so you can help cover the play. And you just announced time. Good job. It's loud. We all heard it. But just a little bit more. So now that I've heard you announce the time, I know that's how you announce it, and I know I haven't heard that much this game.
Test. Test. Over top of the player like 2 points.
Not listening, hitting that zone.
Good D. That's good D by the offense.
4th down.
They ain't punting. Oh, yeah, they are.
Let's find out if Coach Rob has a punter.
Fourth down, offensive punt.
Yeah, they've punted
4th
before.
and 19.
They've punted before.
They're also up by a whole lot.
Time, remember?
There's been a couple times where I've seen them go. There was a time where they had a punter that was really, really good.
Bless you.
That time has come and
Bless
gone.
you.
I don't know how good this guy will be.
Players with a 2-minute warning, 2-minute warning. Clock will start on the snap. Stop when his flag is full. 4th down, offensive punt.
Be disciplined.
What's that? Know where you are on the field.
We had him left. You talk about pitch responsibility and who should be calling back.
That's good, boy. Come on. Hey, let's get some points. Get some points. 1, 51.
51 on the clock. On the snap. 1st down.
Let's go, guys. Come on.
Near receiver, near receiver. Thank you.
It's a small victory right there.
You know about that?
Hey!
Oh! Stop, 1st down.
Take it off.
That's rough. Ooh, forgot what the sun felt like. It's great. Gotta take this jacket off, man.
130.
Well, I'm gonna take this off real quick. Let me know if you need it.
Hey, underneath. Come on.
Away!
Oh.
First down, come on.
Just launch that.
So that let's take a look at that play. Let's take a look at that play on film. It's a very odd play.
Guys on the ground runs into him.
We do have players on the ground, but was that contact incidental accident? Let's just look at it on film. It's an odd looking play because you have players hit the ground. There was a loud sound, but the flag did come in rather late. So we'll just look at it on film and talk about it there.
From the back, Judge. It's 20
I feel like
to
that's
25
a
yards
tough.
away.
I mean, our line.
So guys, let's make sure that we are echoing our clock time and our clock status, just so everyone on the field knows. The official that stops the clock, says clock is stopped. Then we should hear it from all four of our officials, and then letting the referee know on the snap, on the whistle, or clock is rolling, something like that, just to help with the communication. So over communicating is never a bad thing. You're never going to get told you communicate too much.
When he spotted that penalty, by the time he was done, you got to use the stuff that's on the field. Dondra had a spot that was past the 20. We can't spot the pucks on the 10. Because, you know, if I was a coach and said something about it, no, it's okay. I just, you know, I want to talk to him about that. It's a small thing. But, you know, if Rob would have said, we should be inside the 10. You're right.
Third down, going to goal.
No, I got your help. I got your help.
Hey, slow that receiver.
41 and counting.
You got that? You got 41 seconds to go. Right back to going, you're good.
Solo. Set. Hut.
Nice pull, nice pull.
Whoa.
Clock is stopped.
I would, but you're past the line.
So Rory, I'm just going to let you know that's a really good call on a hold. He grabbed his shorts. He still threw the ball away. Flag didn't get pulled, so it's a textbook definition of a hold.
Right as orange.
Still hot. Hear things that are happening on the field.
Away!
Oh, boy.
Clock is stopped. That kind of hard.
I ain't made it up.
I didn't man it.
Touchdown on 10 seconds, guys. 15 seconds, man. On time down.
Not man it up.
So Jay, that's a good job making a joke, talking about players. And remember, if the flag doesn't come off on the first pull again, but harder. It's not something where the flag is legally tied. You, like you said, didn't man it up.
That was what you got.
15 seconds. 15 seconds.
15 on the snap. First down.
Try's good. First down, clock will start on the snap. I got two.
There you go.
Clock is stopped.
I mean, it's okay. I roll them all the time.
As long as you're good.
I got some weak female ankles.
13 seconds? 10 seconds. It was 15. It took 5 seconds.
Oh, I thought you said 2 seconds. Sorry.
That's fine.
What? My map stopped. Whoa.
Jay, that was a good job hearing a team have an issue and quickly addressing it, helping them out, building that player rapport.
Seconds on the snap.
1-0, boys.
Shoot!
Away!
Incomplete. Clock is stopped.
We got second down. Clock is
5
stopped.
seconds.
We got 5 seconds on the snap. Second down, going to the point. Ready.
Closing time. Go home and eat a snack.
Way!
Shake.
Back! Come on. Back!
Yeah, we lost 10 yards.
Time expired! Halftime!
Test, test.
Ran it right down the damn side.
Hey! Upfield! Come on, go, 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 go! Hey, no going sideways. Upfield. Take it down. That is sweet, baby. Take it down. Hey, it's not go up. Whoa. Whoa. Get up on it. Various next play. Let's go. Stop, D.
Go, there you go.
Third down.
Third down.
Yeah. All right, come on, boys.
Here we go. Third down. My whistle green, wait for
Three coming.
Hey!
There you go. He can't go for the ball. He can't try to strip him after he catches it.
Hey, good play, boys.
First down. Going to the 20.
Let's go, guys.
You may not be fully charged, but should be able to.
Go two.
Your teammate. They were trying to run Skittles, Mike. Skittles? Their own team jumped on it. No, we call it Skittles there. Hard candy. Oh, yeah, that's right. Any candy.
Ball start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat. First down. Hey, let's go, boys. Go to the 20. Let's go, boys.
Let's go, O. Let's go.
We used to go second number too.
I won.
533. That got super confusing for a lot of people.
Yeah, I can see that.
Way!
Take that. Go.
I feel like Zebo would have more confusion than them.
Zebo also got
Second down.
7:30 counting. Man in the corner. 7:30 counting.
Come on,
Man in
man.
the corner.
everybody would pick up on it. That evolved. We were at Perkins fast food restaurants in the corner in like under 2 minutes.
Guys, I'm really sorry I haven't had much for you this quarter. There really hasn't been much to say. So.
And you missed the touchdown homer off the bat.
Now you see what you got to do against the team that rushes back. Even when they rush through, we just have that stuff.
I mean, White's bringing in 2 rushes. Just stump it off and let the Goose run. That's pretty good. Still trying to run 15, 20-yard routes. 2 rushers.
They're trying to run ends.
You don't got enough time.
Oh, and they, well, now they swap. They were playing.
Okay, Jay, you're a little deep here. We're snapping that behind the 20, so we don't need to be starting at the 40. A&T, we've noticed, is not a deep threat team. Every once in a while they'll do it, but not enough where you need to be 22 to 25 yards off the line of scrimmage.
We've talked to him about that the whole tournament. He likes to see the
First down, go ahead.
The thing is, it's like, if you feel like you're slow or something, then I understand that, but he's fast!
It's a game changer.
Why did he stop?
So guys, let's make sure that we're only having 1 whistle on every play. Let the official whose primary the play ends blow the whistle. We don't need 2, 3, and 4 whistles on every play. 1 whistle is enough to let everyone know the play is over.
It seems everything's new.
I'm just not used to the brick thing.
Palm trees, Spanish glass, Spanish tile.
It's also do like, it is undergrad at UCF. Oh my gosh, it's gigantic.
4:30 remaining in the quarter. 4:30 remaining in the quarter.
Do you know Kat Spears? She's at UCF. She's one of those
Going to the 40.
She's more like outdoors.
Oh, yes, I know.
Curly hair.
Yeah. Is she a first year or
Second.
Second year. I was gonna say she.
So guys, on that, let's remember who has pitch responsibility. We're going to want to leave that up to our line judge. I heard multiple people yell back, so let's just make sure we have the one back call, because the last thing we want is for a different official to have a different opinion from our line judge who has the responsibility, and then we have a flag down for legal forward pass, but we had our line judge yelling back.
Come on, shoot! First down!
So let's look at that play. Guys. I don't think his flag was off when we blew the whistle. So let's just take a look at it. Luckily, he ended up in a pile and his flag was pulled very close to after, but let's have a patient whistle. I think the fact that he got over and we wanted to rule on the first down might have made us a little antsy. So let's just be patient. Let's take a look at the film, make sure.
Make a play.
For your boy.
Let's just make sure we're patient.
Second down.
Getting close.
Forces him to roll out. Full throw across the field.
Third down. 2 minutes to count. 2 minutes to count, man. Third. Careful. Every time. 2-1.
I don't feel
Fourth down offense will go. Line again to the 20.
your line.
Hey, lock up. It's 4. Let's go. Hey, we got next. We gotta go.
3 on this side. 3. 15 seconds offense. Go route.
You seen how they go
10.
Rock.
Aaron Rodgers throws now? All the Green Bay quarterbacks. Like when he throws you.
Hey, let's go.
So Noah, in that situation, instead of coming off the line, just continue to back up because it was 4th down and that is your line to gain. And if that pass is caught, you put yourself at a bad angle to see if he was over the line or he went out of bounds. So instead of coming off the line, up or downfield, just continue to back up.
Hey, let's go. Come on, guys. Get some goals.
Second down.
Count it. 25 seconds to count. You gotta get that ball out. You gotta get that ball out.
That's a great one.
Hey!
Left field.
Third down.
We got third down.
Come on, guys. Keep marching.
Yeah, he said it.
All right, guys, that's the end of the 3rd quarter.
Oh, boys.
4th quarter, 9 a.m. game, Field 1 on Sunday.
Take it out.
Fourth down.
Turn in, Marker.
Quarterback will immediately free. Unless they don't rush. Half the team's in.
4th down. Offense will go.
Hard to pull. That was really hard to pull. Hey!
Away.
There we go!
First down.
Hey, good play. Let's go, guys.
First down, go to the 20.
Incomplete. Second down.
So guys,
$20 next time.
I know I've said it before, but let's just make sure we have one whistle on that play. I felt like it ended more in the line judge's primary, so let's make sure we're giving that whistle to the line judge.
Hey, 2 points. Let's go, guys. Oh, there we go. Sacrifice the line.
Third down.
Mash the guns. Make it lower. He's jumping for it every time. He's jumping for it every time. The snaps are just floating.
Third down.
Hey, run faster. Hey, let's go, guys.
Your line.
Away.
Incomplete. Fourth.
Fourth down, offense will go. Line again to the 20.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to.
Three's coming.
But I didn't do well one. I don't know. I was gonna say I don't know if I got. Maybe I did, but I think I was getting pictures of something.
Run. Oh, I thought he had that.
So, Rory, let's just be a little patient with our announcements. You yelled away on the first one, but clearly back and you corrected yourself. So yes, you said away, but then when you realize, oh no, it's back, you screamed back 4 or 5 times, let them know it was definitely back. Good correction. But like with whistle, let's be a little patient with that so we see the direction and we're not just jumping the gun, so we're not having to correct ourselves.
Turnover on down. First down, going to the 40.
Now all we can see is Chris.
We play better in the second half. We're good.
No. That's hard to beat.
10 seconds, White. 10 seconds.
34.
At least they got some stats.
Yeah, they got 3 stats.
Very matter of fact.
Hey, on the staff, go with your guy. Sprint. On the staff, go with your guy. You got to cut that angle off.
So let's make sure on handoffs we don't need to call back or away. A handoff does not fall into a pitch category or a pass category because it's a hand-to-hand. Let's just look at that on video, see if it was a handoff or a pitch, and if we needed a back or away call on it. So just look at it on video.
Make sure you get a lane in between the. A lot of times I'm either trying to go over or 10 seconds, White. 5, 4, back! Nice. Oh, way to be, Oliver. Way to be, bud.
Second down.
Hey, that's the way to close. That's the way to close. That's I got it. Second down. Going to the 20. Got 10 seconds, White. 10 seconds. Quick! Away! Hey, that was. Anybody get that on video? That's the highlight of the day. Get that?
Is that on video?
That was awesome. That's the difference. He just hurdled somebody.
So guys, that looks like a textbook hurdle call. You can't call it because they hurdled the all-tournament committee, but let's just make sure we're aware of that they're out there hurdling people.
Third down.
Why say
20 seconds out there. Hey, look for the short pitch. Look for the short pitch. 10 seconds. Get quick to the backfield. Quick. Yeah!
Out of bounds.
Hey, that's all right. Green makes me running around. Hey, let me get more.
So Rory, that's a good job of addressing the contact. I was about to mention it, but you clearly saw it.
No, here's the spot. I'm sorry. I was just saying he went out.
That was a good job.
out of bounds.
Good job making sure you saw the contact, address the marginal contact that you didn't need a foul on.
4th down. Fourth down offensive play.
I'm feeling good.
You know what's coming.
Yeah, let's see how you do.
Way!
Interception.
That was fourth? Man, you still had him. Used to eat pump fakes, man. Hey, Kaufman. Trust him. Hey, that's still high, guys. What's the worst that can happen? Let somebody accidentally get exposed out here. Second down, going to the 40. I hold that, man.
Exactly, see? And that was him, so he got to redeem himself. It's 31-0, man. Let's accidentally get burned out. Go forward!
Third down.
Upfield!
4:30 remaining in the game. 4:30 remaining in the game.
Hey, Carter. Carter. Come on. Take a shot. I got you next.
Block him to the outside. Just block him in the center and then just send your guards out. You gotta make them stop.
Fourth down.
Then you gotta look
Your line.
they're not looking pitch for it.
Let's go, guys. Come on.
Because you're not gonna shake and bake on these guys.
Fourth down offense will go.
You gotta make them change. You can't change for them. Skittles. Snickers. Do it.
Away!
Oh, catch before you run.
That's all right.
Well, guys doing up downs. Well, that's weird.
3:40 remaining in the game. 3:40 remaining in the game. 3:40 in the game.
You ever heard that the term code red jacket?
Run down. First down.
I think I watched it Thursday. Did you?
No.
I looked at it. You get it.
20 seconds.
I wanted to stay up, but it was, it's like a 3.5 hour movie. It is. It's long. It's good. I watch it almost every time it's on.
That was
He looked forward every time. He's yelled back every single time. Except for the one time he yelled forward. Should have been back.
So again, let's look at let's look at that pitch direction. Was it back? Was it forward? He's behind the line of scrimmage, so they're allowed one forward pass and it's legal. But we just want to make sure we're calling the right thing, because it's then the player that gets the pitch pops up and throws it, and we have potentially a penalty.
No, I know. It's so fucking hard to get real tight. Yeah.
You got help Rand yesterday. I had Donkey Culpepper.
I've had it, and I had like.
Here you go, guys.
Just the purple.
Just shoving so much back in there.
Gotta be about the 2-minute warning. There's 4 minutes left. And green had it. I don't know if it's considered.
Y'all might be good at football. We bring y'all to the base.
So guys, that was the end of your game. We hit the 2-minute warning, mercy rule. Good job, guys. Very well officiated game.